Hey guys, what is up? It's Antonio. Welcome back to another episode here on Gladiator Disc Golf. Today we're talking about how to tackle some of the most challenging courses out there, wooded courses. If you're brand new to my channel, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming and stopping by. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to check out gladiatordiscgolf.com for Gladiator Disc Golf merch and discount codes. I personally love playing wooded disc golf courses. Am I the best at them? No. But I love the challenge, I love the technicality, and I just love how the disc looks flying through a tightly wooded course. That being said, wooded courses, in my opinion, are way tougher than open courses because of those reasons that I just listed. They're incredibly technical and incredibly tough. However, for all of us, the course doesn't have to be insurmountable. There are several ways that we can improve our wooded disc golf game. The first way to improve your wooded disc golf game is to club down. One of the biggest reasons you want to club down when you're playing wooded disc golf is that at any moment you can hit a tree. Even some of the most beautiful shots coming out of professional players' hands hit trees. And when you club down, you're going from a sharper nose disc to a more blunt disc. And what that's going to do, in the event you hit a tree, it's actually going to minimize the ricochet. So when you have a sharp-nosed disc hit a tree, you're more likely to shoot off pretty far. When we're talking about a sharp-nosed disc, we're talking about a fairway driver or distance driver. When we're talking about a more rounded or blunt-nosed disc, we're talking about a putter and mid-range. So it's incredibly important that you have a good putter and mid-range game, or at least a serviceable one, so that when you get to wooded courses, you're able to take those discs out of your bag and really carve up some lines in the woods. One way to improve your wooded disc golf game is to go understable. It's really important that you throw understable discs when you're playing in the woods because it gives you so much more flexibility with your throws. When you're playing in a wooded course, you have some really tight lines and technical lines that you need to hit. And this is where hyzer flips really come into play. If you haven't seen my hyzer flip video and you don't know how to throw a hyzer flip video, make sure you check that out. I'll leave the link right here for you. Throwing hyzer flips in the woods is incredibly vital to being successful. If you can't throw a dead straight shot in the woods, it's going to be really hard to shoot well. So with an understable disc, you can throw these hyzer flip lines and you're going to be able to save yourself a lot of strokes because you're going to be able to have a disc flip up to flat and finish straight with minimal fade. On the other hand, if you throw an overstable disc, you're going to have to really flex it a lot of times for it to fly straight. And even then, because it's overstable, it's going to want to fight back and it's going to finish on an edge, and that's going to increase the likelihood that it will skip. And the last thing you want on a wooded course is to be skipping off of the fairway. The third way to improve your wooded disc golf game is to take things slow and think through every possible shot. Obviously, it's a good disc golf tip to slow things down and think things through with every shot, but on an open course, you don't have to necessarily consider all the shots on every single hole with every single approach and drive, because sometimes it's a wide open fairway and you can go with your strongest, whether it's the forehand or the backhand, and whatever disc you want. But in the woods, you really need to consider all the possibilities that you have available to you, from roller to air shot to sky shot. It's really important that you consider all of those things because it's more than just what the disc is going to do when it comes out of your hand, it's how it's going to react on the ground, and once it hits the ground, where is it going to go? When you take things slow and you really think about it methodically, you're improving your chances, and you might even realize something that you wouldn't have seen had you thrown in the first 5 seconds. So making sure that you slow down and think things through is really going to help you improve your wooded disc golf game. Here's a great example of a wooded course hole where you need to slow things down and figure out what's going to be the best for you. On the right, we have a straight gap to the basket. The basket's just a little bit to the left of this gap here. While that looks like a really easy gap to take, and it really is, there is some danger. In the middle of this gap, it is all OB. So if you end up short or you hit the hillside and roll backwards, you have a very good chance of rolling out of bounds. On the flip side, we have this left gap here that curves around. This is a well-designed hole because it gives you both a backhand and a forehand gap. The forehand gap that we have up here, you really need to be able to get something uphill and to hook, but not hook too much, otherwise you're gonna skip into the OB. Let's see how it plays out. For the straight shot, I'm taking the Discmania Origin. So I ended up hitting some trees on that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and let's take the forehand line with the bobcat. The reason why I say it's okay is that even though I hit a tree and I'm not in the greatest position, I could probably still save par from there. I don't think I went out of bounds. And because it was a mid-range, a more rounded, blunt nose, I didn't shoot off the tree too hard. That was looking pretty. Hit a couple of trees and branches that made it slide almost to the OB, but I am safe. So once again, had that been a fairway driver, I probably would have gone OB because any little kick is magnified with that sharper edge. So I am safe, so this is for birdie. I hope you guys found these 3 tips helpful. I absolutely love wooded disc golf, and I hope you do too. And I hope with these 3 tips, if you don't already love wooded disc golf, that these things will help you to love it. It's a great way to hone your game, and it really puts the pressure on you. Even in a solo round out in the woods, you feel like you're in a tournament because things can be so tough. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know how you fare in the woods in the comments below and whether or not it's your favorite type of course style to play. That's all I have for you today, guys. Until next time, have a great round.